The cast of Matilda the Musical is strong, the musical numbers are expertly choreographed, and there is just a hint of the enchantment that all the best musicals have. Many people who may have grown up watching the charming 1996 movie starring Mara Wilson and its adaptation of the Roald Dahl classic Matilda may be familiar with it. The release of the musical adaptation, which debuted in 2010 before making its West End debut in 2011, seemed to overshadow that movie, and the book itself. Matilda the Musical, the first movie released as part of Netflix's overall agreement with the Roald Dahl Story Company, is a promising start to what may turn out to be a profitable partnership. What stage-to-screen transfer is flawless? But Matilda the Musical has a strong cast, wonderfully staged musical passages, and just a hint of the enchantment that all the finest musicals possess. The titular heroine of the musical Matilda is a bright young girl with the worst parents in the world, played by Stephen Graham and Andrea Riseborough. Mr. and Mrs. Wormwood aren't troubled by Matilda Wormwood's preference to bury herself in literature. When Matilda is made to go to school against her parents' wishes, she meets the intimidating Miss Trunchbull and teacher Miss Honey, Lashana Lynch, Emma Thompson. When Matilda finds her school to be less than ideal, she must use her enthusiasm, creativity, and newly made friends and mentors to get through all the challenges in her life. The stage adaptation of Matilda the Musical has enjoyed nothing less than universal critical acclaim throughout its many performances, including a prominent run on Broadway. Netflix's Matilda the Musical succeeds in maintaining the beauty and delight of its stage play while only broadening its focus to the extent that a feature film could. This is true of the best musical adaptations. The original Dahl novel has undergone several transformations, including the initial cinema adaptation, which mostly lost the peculiar Britishness of the original plot. With some of the alterations it made to the novel, such deleting characters like Matilda's brother, Matilda the Musical strikes a balance between the two and mostly succeeds because of a few crucial elements. Under all the prosthetics and militaristic clothing that make Miss Trunchbull as menacing as she is dominant, Thompson is superb as Miss Trunchbull. Lynch conveys warmth in her performance as Miss Honey and has a standout solo moment with My House that may surprise viewers more accustomed to her gritty performances in this year's The Woman King and last year's No Time to Die. However, it appears that Riseborough is having the most fun, as she appears to be enjoying every second of her portrayal as Mrs. Wormwood, who has been expertly styled by the hair and cosmetics team. Setting a particularly high standard, she refuses to acknowledge her pregnancy with Matilda in the opening scene of the movie. Weir herself and the group of kids that support her, though, are the real standouts. Songs like Revolting Children showcase the cast of young actors as they move with precise choreography throughout the school's grounds. Like Lynch, Weir exudes warmth while also displaying confidence when she confronts the adults in her life, the majority of whom treat her, and the other youngsters nearby, with a mixture of disdain and outright contempt. Thanks to director Matthew Warchus and screenwriter Dennis Kelly, Matilda the Musical skillfully walks the line between this darkness and its appeal and whimsy. The camera work by Warchus during some of the more energetic numbers feels like the ideal illustration of how a movie musical can accomplish what a stage musical cannot. The live-action doll adaptation Matilda the Musical feels like a worthwhile addition to the collection and is a promising beginning for the partnership between Netflix and the author's story company. The movie feels like the ideal comfort viewing for people who will be at home for the celebrations, thus its release around the holidays is also ideal timing.